The spark for the United States' entry into World War II was the infamous attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. This treacherous assault by the Japanese not only shocked the nation, but also propelled it into an active involvement in the global conflict. On other fronts, the Allies were struggling to defeat the Nazis in Africa and Europe, and Winston Churchill called on America to prioritize the European theater. However, as America started to look towards the Pacific, interests were divided, leading to initiatives like the Women's Auxiliary Service pilots and Texas military heroes like Audie Murphy, Dwight D. Eisenhower, and James L. Rudder all took to the front lines to defend the American ideals of democracy and freedom in the European and African theaters. Faced with the urgency to shift the tide of the war, the United States undertook a massive mobilization effort. The nation rallied behind the war effort, bolstering its military capabilities and engaged in strategic planning to counter the relentless Japanese advance.
The island hopping campaign, devised by Allied forces in the World War II Pacific Theater, involved bypassing fortified Japanese islands to capture strategically vital, less defended ones, aiming to create a pathway towards Japan. This offensive strategy established air bases, supply points, and neutralized Japanese strongholds, marking a shift from defense to offense for the U.S. Recognizing logistical challenges, it pursued a more efficient approach, gradually closing in on Japan.
It was at the start of this island-hopping campaign that the stage was set for a critical confrontation that would alter the course of the Pacific War and the Second World War as a whole. This significant event would unfold at a small, remote atoll in the Pacific, Midway. We believe the Battle of Midway stands as a testament to the power of strategic thinking, collective sacrifice, and unwavering resolve. Admiral Chester Nimitz's leadership and the valor of those who fought on both sides of the conflict have left an indelible mark on the annals of military history.
At the heart of the Pacific Theater stood Admiral Chester Nimitz, a Texas-born, military-capable, tactical genius tasked with defending the American positions against the mighty Japanese fleet. Nimitz understood the importance of Midway and its potential to be a crucial point in the war.
The Battle of Midway, turning the tides of the Pacific War.
The Japanese, confident from their previous victories, devised a plan to lure the American fleet into a trap. Unbeknownst to them, Nimitz and his men had intercepted their communications and deciphered their codes.
Nimitz's decision to gamble on this intelligence was a turning point in itself. He placed his faith in the code breakers and deployed his forces strategically.
On June 4, 1942, the Battle of Midway began. American dive bombers set out from carriers like the USS Enterprise and USS Yorktown, soared into the sky. This marked a significant shift in naval warfare tactics, as carrier-based aircraft played a pivotal role in the battle.
They faced incredible odds, but they were determined to defend Midway and change the course of the war. The first crucial turning point came when American dive bombers found and sank the Japanese aircraft carriers Akagi, Kaga, and Soryu. This not only dealt a huge blow to the Japanese fleet, but also showcased the vulnerability of aircraft carriers in naval warfare.
It was a massive loss to the Japanese fleet, and it marked the first time in the war that the tide had turned against them. The destruction of the Japanese carriers had a cascading effect, severely weakening their ability to project power in the Pacific. Losing Midway was the beginning of the end for the Japanese.
The Battle of Midway showcased the resilience and bravery of American forces, but it was Admiral Nimitz's strategic ability that truly made it a turning point. Nimitz's leadership wasn't just about winning a battle, it was about shaping the course of an entire war.
Captain Forrest Bear once said,
"It's the Battle of Midway. Your history books do not tell you the true importance of that battle. Without it, we might well have lost the war to both Germany and Japan."
In the European theater, we had already defeated Italy, and Germany was weakening into surrender, but Japan was still there, capturing islands, each island getting Japan closer and closer to dominance in the Pacific. Without the victory at Midway, America might not be the America we have today. Without that victory, we might not even be America.
It was Nimitz who said, "Through the skill and devotion to the duty of our armed forces of all branches in the Midway area, our citizens can now rejoice that a momentous victory is in the making." Nimitz recognized that gaining Midway would lead to an American victory in the Pacific Theater. He knew Midway wasn't just a battle, it was a turning point.
Nimitz's decision before and during the battle reflected his keen understanding of the situation. He had the vision to see beyond the immediate conflict, recognizing that Midway could be the anchor that changed the dynamics of the entire Pacific War. Nimitz's leadership inspired confidence and unity among his forces, turning Midway from a potential disaster into an impressive success. The collaboration between different branches of the U.S. military showcased the strength of unified command in achieving strategic objectives.
The Battle of Midway wasn't just a singular event. It had a lasting impact on the trajectory of the Pacific War. The intelligence gathered during the battle not only influenced subsequent engagements, but also shaped the broader strategy of the Allied forces in the Pacific.
As the Battle of Midway unfolded, it became a testament to the resilience of the American spirit. The dedication and sacrifice of the men who fought on those fateful days echoed the collective persistence of a nation at war.
In the wake of the Battle of Midway, the significance of carrier-based air power became increasingly evident. The success of American dive bombers demonstrated the pivotal role that aircraft carriers would play in future naval engagements, shaping the evolution of naval warfare strategies.
Beyond the strategic implications, the Battle of Midway also showcased the extraordinary courage of individual pilots. The daring aerial assaults carried out under intense anti-aircraft fire exemplified the audacity of bravery of those who took to the skies to defend Midway.
The Battle of Midway, often referred to as the turning point in the Pacific, highlighted the interconnectedness of intelligence, strategy, and courage. Nimitz's reliance on codebreakers, the effective coordination of carrier-based aircraft, and the valor of individual soldiers collectively contributed to the triumph at Midway.
As the battle raged on, the logistical challenges faced by both American and Japanese forces underscored the complexities of waging war in the vast expanse of the Pacific. Supply lines, communication, and the ability to adapt to unforeseen circumstances all played crucial roles in determining the outcome of the conflict.
In the aftermath of Midway, the United States Navy emerged with newfound confidence. The success at Midway not only halted the Japanese advance, but also instilled a renewed sense of hope and determination among the American people.
The Battle of Midway also marked the beginning of a shift in the Pacific theater as the Allies started to take the offense. The momentum gained at Midway paved the way for subsequent campaigns, ultimately leading to the liberation of territories occupied by Japanese forces.
The main goal of these campaigns was to get to the Japanese mainland, but a larger plan was already in place to force the Japanese to wave the white flag.
The Manhattan Project had been developing the atomic bomb since August 13, 1942. This devastating weapon was dropped over the town Hiroshima, Japan on August 6, 1945. Following the Japanese refusal to surrender, another atomic bomb was dropped over Nagasaki, Japan on August 9, 1945. 5 days later, the Japanese unconditionally surrendered, ending the war. Though the war was officially won by atomic bombs, they never would have been put into a position to be dropped had we not emerged victorious from Midway.
The sacrifices made by those who fought at Midway should never be forgotten. Each life lost and every act of heroism contributed to shaping the course of history. The legacy of the Battle of Midway endures as a symbol of the indomitable human spirit and the triumph of strategic brilliance over adversity. As we reflect on the events of Midway, let us remember the unity and determination that propelled the Allies to victory. The lessons learned from this pivotal moment in history continue to resonate, serving as a source of inspiration for generations to come.
In conclusion, the Battle of Midway stands as a testament to the power of strategic thinking, collective sacrifice, and unwavering resolve. Admiral Chester Nimitz's leadership and the valor of those who fought on both sides of the conflict have left an indelible mark on the annals of military history. May their legacy endure, reminding us that even in the darkest hours, courage and resilience can lead to triumph.